future guitar gods. Wanted to make a beginner's video for sweep picking, which is kind of maybe like an oxymoronic thing of me to do because sweep picking is sort of an advanced technique, and I've noticed that so because it's an advanced technique, there aren't a lot of people that make beginner instructions for it. I can remember being a kid reading Guitar World magazine and being super frustrated all the time because everybody was always talking about sweep picking, but nobody ever actually like explained exactly how to do it. And I can remember they would even have these little like sweep picking exercises throughout the magazine sometimes. But again, they wouldn't really explain how to do it. They'd just be like, "Oh, here's the etude for the sweep picking pattern." And you'd be like, "Well, how the hell do I sweep pick? Thanks for the notes, but how do I? What's the technique?" So I wanted to make a really simple, a video with a really simple explanation of this and a breakdown of the mechanics, so you can start slowly and build your way up. I also wanted to debunk what sweep picking is for. I think a lot of people only associate sweep picking with metal music and really fast shredding because it is good for speed, but if you're a lead guitarist, you can use sweep picking in any style of music. You use it in bluegrass or jazz or classic rock. It's not reserved exclusively for shredders. So to get into what it is, let's imagine that let's say we have a lick that's like da 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 da. Something like um, there's a straightforward way I can play it, which is what I just did by picking each note. So and hopefully you can see what I'm doing with my right hand here. So now I'm just picking the notes the normal way you would pick notes, and that's fine, but it has a certain characteristic to it, and I can only get so fast picking notes like this. What if I wanted to give it more of like a brung on those first three notes? Well, that's where sweep picking comes in. I can make it sound more like. And what I'm doing here is sweep picking is more of it's kind of more of a strumming technique than it is a picking technique. It's really basically just a slow strum. I'm not, so again, I'm not individually picking the notes. I'm just strumming my pick across the strings, across each note. I'm not going like this, which would be like a traditional strum, but I'm articulating each of the notes throughout my strum. All one motion, all downwards. But the reason it sounds a little different is because I'm also releasing the notes as I strum over them. So I'm not letting the notes ring out. If I let the notes ring out, it would sound like this. And that's a little bit different than if I don't ring the notes out. Then it sounds like I'm picking the notes really fast, basically. That's a lot different from because I'm releasing the notes as my pick goes over them. After the pick passes each note, I'm letting that note go to silence it. And that's really probably the major key component of sweep picking and what makes it sound like extremely fast picking versus really slow strumming. And that's really the gist of it. There isn't a whole lot more to it. That's what it is. So it's just, and you can also, once you get really good at doing that in a downward motion over a few strings, you can also work on coming back up. Same way. And then it's just a matter of incorporating it into your licks, just like I did in this little lick here, which I just noticed kind of sounds like the Night Court theme or something. But that's it. That's sweep picking in an essence. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else important I should tell you. It takes, it's not, you're not going to get the hang of it overnight. It's probably going to take a lot of practice. It might not, depending on where you're at and you're playing, it might not take you that long. It might take you just like a few days to get the hang of it, or a week, or it might take you months. I find the hardest thing about sweep picking is not ringing out the notes. It's actually very easy to just go with any chord shape really, and that's probably a good way to start out. Is first just perfect strumming chords in that way where you articulate all the notes, and then build up to the sweep picking, releasing the notes. Again, that's the trickiest part of it, is training your left finger to know when your right hand has already passed that note. So that's the basics to sweep picking in a nutshell, and I hope you find it helpful. Thanks, guys.